restless legs have settled. We're finally home. Down is up, we've been at the top. We're finally home. Let me lend you a hand. Let me in on the plan. Together we're stronger. Don't wait any longer now. Years have passed and restless legs have settled. We're finally home. Down is up, we've been at the top. We're finally home. What a release to find one's peace. What a landscape to never be less. Now, years have passed and restless legs have settled. We're finally home. Down is up, we've been at the top. We're finally home. Years have passed and restless legs have settled. We're finally home. Down is up, we've been at the top. We're finally home. We're finally home. Thought I was losing who I call myself today. In this world of illusions, didn't dare to sing my name. That was when you came along, and I don't know where I would be or where I'll go if you weren't steady next to me. Your arms have carried me for miles. Here's where I belong. Life can be unfair. I just couldn't handle it. Still smell the bitter taste of misery and unfaith. I just need to love you like I do, 'cause I don't know.
You're listening to the Jams and Coffee Morning Show with your host, Brad Brock.
Yes. Good morning, Jammers. Happy Monday morning to you, and thank you so much for tuning in here at Jams and Coffee in the morning. I am your host, Brad Brock. And here we are, week 2, kicking off week 2 here on JNC in the morning. And I think I got a solid 8 hours. I think I got a solid 8 hours of sleep last night. I had a nice earlier gig at the Sneaky Tiki in downtown Stewart, one of our favorite spots to play shows and hang out. It was a surprisingly nice afternoon until right around the end, and then the sky opened up and it poured rain all over me. But I always carry something with me on these particular gigs, and I think any musician performing in Florida should have this with them. But I have a nice 8x8 tent. It's nice and tall, but the most important part about this tent is that it has 4 walls all the way around it, and a zippy door in the front, so you can, if it starts raining, I put the walls up, I tie it all down, and I leave and I go find cover. And all my stuff is completely safe within. I carry a little platform, plywood platform that's a little bit raised, maybe just an inch off the ground. And so the water, if there's any flooding that occurs, the water goes underneath it. All my stuff is on top, and it's covered from the top down. And let me tell you what, I think I got it for $200 on Amazon. And one of the best things that I ever purchased, I will replace it time and time again for gigs just like yesterday when it was pouring rain, and I was able to just go and have a beer and let the rain happen without scurrying around. And I've seen time and time again, I've seen too many musicians just scrounging around for a tarp or trash bags or anything that they can find to cover their livelihoods. So I recommend any musicians out there that are listening to go and get this tent. It's $200. Can't beat it. You can't beat it. And it'll be the best thing that you ever bought. 100%. But yes, the Sneaky Tiki, always a great time. Great people, great staff there, and a great crowd. It was wonderful. On Saturday, I actually was out of town. I was in Oviedo. That was just west of Orlando, in Florida, and I played a gig. It was a 50th birthday party that I was asked to come and play. But it was at Oviedo Brewing up there, and I'd never been to this place. I'd never played there, obviously then, and I really enjoyed myself. What an interesting brewery! The place is really nice. It's got a kind of an industrial decor, which is very, very cool, and the beers were really, really nice. The Red Bug Red was my favorite. I do prefer red ales. And the staff there was so accommodating, and the hospitality was top-notch, and I had a really nice time. And while I'm donning my Hop Life Brewing hat today, very good friends of mine and a wonderful brewery here locally, I do want to give a shout out to Oviedo Brewing because they were wonderful, absolutely wonderful. And that was my weekend. It rained there too. I had to low down all my stuff in the rain. There's some things that a tent can't save, and that's when you pack everything up and you've got to load it out. So got a little wet doing that, but I had some helping hands to get it into the van, and that was very nice. So that was my weekend. Let me know how your weekend was in the chats and comments. Of course, the JNC hotline is open at 772-888-1596. Happy to take your calls and talk about whatever. We got tons of stuff to talk about today. We got some national days. We got some news and some topics of discussion that I'd like your feedback on. We're going to get a little check of the weather. It is muggy out. I can tell you that by the window check. Condensation all over the windows here in the lounge, and so I'm assuming it's very hot and muggy outside. But the deep tropical moisture has begun to exit the region this morning, and there's much drier air working in. This morning is going to be partly cloudy here on the Treasure Coast, warm and muggy. The lows are in the upper 70s, and into this afternoon and evening, the hot sun is followed by afternoon evening storms. The highs are in the lower 90s, and you're going to get 10 to 15 mile an hour winds coming out of the southeast. So as usual in Florida in the summertime, probably going to rain. So be sure to prepare for that and it's going to be hot, so dress appropriately and try not to pass out from from heat exhaustion. So we're going to jump right into some music here this morning. When we come back, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about something that has been weighing on my mind, and I better talk to you before Jordan gets up because it applies to her. But I want to talk about the Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp and these selling and buying sites, and want to get your feedback or at least what you think about it. So when we come back, we're going to talk about that. This is JNC in the morning. Thanks for listening. I'll be right back.
I know you're tired, sleepless nights. You don't smile where your mind. What's on your mind? Oh, baby, baby. In and out, you're spacing out. We're falling out. Ooh, I doubt. Don't shut me out. Oh, baby, baby. Things ain't the same for real. Don't hide it from me, baby. Tell me how you feel. Love and affection, I can help you heal. And you know I can keep it real. Baby, I can be someone anytime you need someone. Call me someone. I'd rather be with you than here without you. Baby, I can be someone anytime you need someone. Call me someone. I'd rather be with you than here without you. You're worth the while. I run a mile to help you fight, make it right. Hold you tight, oh baby, baby, no more tears. It's a drought. Let's work it out, pull you out, won't let you drown. Oh baby, baby, things ain't the same for real. Please don't keep it bottled, tell me how you feel. Love and affection, I can help you heal. And you know I'ma keep it real. Baby, I can be someone anytime you need someone. Call me someone. I'd rather be with you than be here without you. Baby, I can be someone anytime you need someone. Call me someone. I'd rather be with you than here without you. Baby, I can be someone anytime you need someone. Call me someone. I'd rather be with you than here without you. Baby, I can be someone anytime you need someone. Call me someone. I'd rather be with you than here without you. Baby, I can be someone anytime you need someone. Call me someone. I'd rather be with you than here without you. I can be someone.
We got the frequency, the very energy. Ask no question, let the rhythm be the remedy. Can't silence me, can't silence my enemies. Who's meant to be will always be. This is your destiny. They can't stop us now. No, 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 they can't stop us now. No, 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 they can't stop us now. Nah, nah, no, nah, nah, no. 'Cause I've been singing it like a la ba ba la ba. Singing it like a la ba ba la ba. Singing it like a la ba ba la ba. Oh no, oh no. Obligation, controls the population. No imitation, you know that we're not faking. You give my mind right, free my soul. So I am singing upon the microphone, and they can't stop us now. No, 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 they can't stop us now. us, no. No, 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 no. Cause I've been singing it like a la ba ba da ba. Singing it like a la ba ba da ba. Singing it like a la ba ba da ba. Oh no. Dreaming clear but fast from reasons, spitting verses through the mind like it's my purpose. Never perfect, open the curtain, call the masses. Use your imagination and imagine the nation singing. They can't stop us, no. No, 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 they can't stop us, no. No, 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 they can't stop us, no. No, 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 no. Cause I've been singing it like a la ba ba da ba. Singing it like a la ba ba da ba. Singing it like a la ba ba da ba. Oh no, oh no. Stop us, no. No, 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 they can't stop us, no. No, 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 they can't stop us, no. No, 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 no. Cause I've been singing it like a la ba ba da ba. Singing it like a la ba ba da ba. Singing it like a la ba ba da ba. Oh no. La ba ba da ba. La ba ba da ba. La ba ba da ba.
All right, we're back. That was the Tasty Vibrations. Can't Stop Us. Great tune there, local Florida band. We're back. Appreciate you tuning in with me this morning. I have something to talk about. So the Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and the various other buying and selling apps for pre-used, pre-loved goods is a great place to find stuff at a great price to complete decor, or if you need a desk or furniture or anything like that. It's a great way to find that stuff without spending a lot of money on something brand new, of course. And it's local. You can go and grab it right at wherever it is in your town. So my point is, when does it become an obsession? And my point is, so Jordan and her friend have been, decorating the house, and I love it. I really love what they've done. But there were a few things that I kind of put my mark on and said, no, I don't want to. I don't want to get rid of this. I'd rather have it. And I prefer that. So a lot of the stuff that they've been buying and selling things on the marketplace, the Facebook Marketplace. And for the most part, I'm pretty open to it. But we were out to breakfast yesterday morning, Jordan and I, and she informed me that a tree that I had once saved from marketplace selling, she had sold it. And, normally I would let things go, but man, I really held on to this one for a solid probably 25 minutes before I succumbed to it and realized it was ridiculous to hold on to a fake tree. But my point is, am I right or wrong in feeling like a hoarder, I suppose, in certain things? I don't believe in any stretch of the mind that I'm a hoarder and that I hoard items. But I had saved this tree once before, and now it's gone, and it's fine, and I'm not in any way upset about it. I was for about a solid 25 minutes. Not gonna lie, I was a little upset. But then I got over it and realized there's plenty of things that I could put into that space that is much more useful than a silk tree. But I feel like it was a principle thing. So what do you think out there? What do you think about buying and selling on the marketplace? Is it addictive, like cocaine or other drugs. That's what I want to know. I want to know if I'm living with an addict. I say that jokingly, honestly. And again, I do want to iterate that I really enjoy the decor that has come into the home. But yeah, there are a few things that I didn't necessarily want to get rid of, and the tree I thought was a nice addition to the lounge here, and now it's gone. But so let me know. You can tell me in the chats and the comments what you think, or of course you can hit me up on the JNC hotline 772-888-1596 with your story, and we'll circle back to that because I definitely want to know. I definitely want to know. Yesterday. We're going to talk about national days, but we're going to talk about yesterday because obviously it wasn't on the air yesterday. But yesterday was July 17th, and it was National Ice Cream Day. So I found an article of the Treasure Coast area's best ice cream shops, and I'm going to read them off to you. So let me pull those up because I don't know about you, but I do love a good ice cream. Let's see here. So yeah. This is a compiled list from TC Palm of the area's best ice cream places. And we'll start in St. Lucie County because that's where I am. Joy and Joe opened their shop in 1998 and moved it to the Winn-Dixie Plaza in 2001. And they opened a second shop in the Portofino Plaza in Port St. Lucie. And then they retired and sold the business in 2015. What they say about it is that they formulated the mix with 3 ingredients in it. And it's a secret recipe that makes their ice cream so good. It's so creamy and rich. All are homemade except for the popular dulce de leche. Oh, forgive my Spanish. But it's authentically made in Miami and often runs out before it's restocked weekly. That is, of course, they have a Fort Pierce location off of US 1, and they have one in Port St. Lucie off of Darwin Boulevard. So check it out. Joy's Ice Cream Plus. Cream Republic in Fort Pierce. This homemade ice cream and Italian ice shop opened on South Beach in 2020. The parlor makes flavors in small batches to change the menu frequently. It features classic churned ice cream and booze infused creations, which we always like. The Shaken Cow in Port St. Lucie. Margarita and her family took over the former chocolate shop of PSL in 2022 this year and turned it into a made-from-scratch ice cream shop. And the most popular of its 50 flavors are Superman, Cookie Monster, Birthday Cake, Kahlua, Almond Fudge, Dulce de Leche, and Sea Salt Caramel. It's fresh-made waffle cones and non-dairy options. So that's Shaken Cow. I'm making a list. I'm checking it twice, you guys. We Be Poppin' in Fort Pierce. The gourmet popcorn shop opened in 2020, and co-owner Tim White added ice cream to make his shop feel more like a country store. He gets it from the Ice Cream Club in South Florida, which has about 200 flavors. There's 24 flavors on display, but always has about 40 flavors on hand at a time to rotate out. Cool Beans in Port St. Lucie. Laurie opened this bakery coffee ice cream shop in Innovation Plaza in 2020, a native of Long Island, New York, where ice cream shops are open only in the summer. Pearl wanted to serve the sweet treat year-round. Rock and Water, which we've talked about on the show on the JNC podcast before, off of Becker Road in Port St. Lucie. Seth and Kevin, they opened their business in the shops at Veranda Falls in 2021 to support Ray's nonprofit Go Build Love. The ice cream is made in-house daily with fresh ingredients. Flavors often change and have included Kevin's Rad Root Beer and Mike Banana Colada. Banana Colada. I feel a theme here with boozy ice cream. Hershey Ice Cream Cafe in Fort Pierce. Owner Zane opened the cafe in Harbor Isle Plaza in 2021. A lot of new places. They're serving shakes, sundaes, and 56 flavors of ice cream. There are vegan, low-fat, and sugar-free options there. Moving into Martin County, this is off of Map Road in Palm City. They also have another location in Stewart, Shark Shack Sweets. Palm City shop opened in 2019, followed by the Stewart shop in April. Feature Dole Whip milkshakes and ice cream floats. Flavors feature handcrafted creations, including salted caramel, banana Foster, Graham Central Station. Fun play on words there. Or dark chocolate raspberry truffle. Toppings feature sprinkles, Jimmy's if you're from the Northeast, brownie bites, mini M&Ms, pineapple chunks, marshmallow sauce, and peanut butter sauce, of course. Shark Shack Sweets. Say that 3 times fast. The Twisted Craft and Creamery in Salerno. This unique ice cream shop opened inside the Fish House Art Center in Manatee Pocket in Salerno in 2017. It's part ice cream store, part bar, and part quirky coffee shop, surrounded by art studios, often featuring live music. The Twisted Float combines flavored craft beers and ice cream. What could go wrong? The shop can make floats with craft sodas as well. Beach House Ice Cream. This is in Stewart. The shop opened in Palm Springs Center Plaza in 2020 with adults-only flavors. What does that mean? Including Bailey Island, honey bourbon, and pina colada. And the popular non-alcoholic flavors include lemon, lavender, maple walnut, cookie butter, and cinnamon. There are dairy-free Nutter Butter option, and it's made with oat milk. How about that? Beach House Ice Cream. Yeah, now I'm hungry for ice cream. The Barista Creamery. It's a coffee tea shop which opened in 2021, and it serves homemade ice cream and milkshakes. The ice cream bar is rolled or milkshake options with flavors including strawberry, Cookie Monster, s'mores, mint, Oreo, Snickers, and more. Frozen yogurt and dairy-free vegan options are available. That's in Palm City, the Barista Creamery. The Scoop in Jensen Beach. Kate and Alex Pope opened the shop in 2020 after moving to Jensen Beach from New York. Serves Hershey ice cream and Dicona gelato with over 36 flavors of ice cream, 8 flavors of Italian ice, and 9 different gelatos and sorbets. Any flavor can be made into a milkshake, including 2 vegan selections. That is the Scoop. In Stewart, Signature Sweets, the locally made chocolate shop in downtown Stewart, also serves ice cream, gelato, and frozen yogurt. Has 70 toppings, including fresh fruit. Right on Osceola Street there in downtown Stewart. Signature Sweets, Sweeties, ice cream, and more. In Hobe Sound, the mom and pop parlor serves ice cream club, and Hershey's ice cream with over 32 flavors available daily. And it has hot fudge, caramel, strawberry sauce, or pineapple topping. How about that? Moving a little bit north in Indian River County, there's a few there as well. Countryside Family Farms, the farms owned by the citrus industry pioneering Banak family, make orange slushies and lactose-free, gluten-free, soft-serve ice cream made with its fresh squeezed orange juice. It also has vanilla and sometimes chocolate ice cream, and it rotates grapefruit and peach flavors, depending on the season. That's in Vero Beach. In Fellsmere, Yami's Ice Cream, the family business established in 2008, opened as a convenience store, but sells mostly handmade and homemade ice cream bars, popsicles, and fruit drinks. It moved from Vero Beach, downtown Vero Beach, to Fellsmere in 2012, and the owner's father actually owned and operated an ice cream shop in their hometown in Mexico. So, a nice family tradition. Pop's Ice Cream in Sebastian. This Roseland Plaza shop serves homemade ice cream made with fresh ingredients, including RBST free milk. This menu features malts, shakes, sundaes, and banana splits. And last but certainly not least, in Sebastian, Paradise Ice Cream. The River Park Plaza shop serves ice cream club products. Flavors have included dulce de leche, cheesecake, and nutty coconut. It also has shakes, floats, sundaes, malts, and creamsicles. So, yeah. It's never too late, friends, to celebrate National Ice Cream Day. That's right. And moving into today's National Day, it's National Sour Candy Day. And boy, nobody knows sour more than we do on the Jams and Cocktails podcast. We've had several challenges when it comes to sour, and even some surprise, thanks to Derek and his malic acid needs. So we did a sour challenge last year on the podcast, and the very first time, and it ended up being a huge bust. We were actually really pretty disappointed in the candy that we had gotten. It had been boasted as the sourest candy on the planet, and we all tried it, and we were not wholly impressed. Now there could be some factors. We did get the candy from Amazon, so maybe it had been sitting a while. Maybe the sour goes away after a while. Not sure, not entirely sure, but it was a bust. So Derek stepped it up a notch for our next challenge, and he decided to seek out what it was that made things sour. And he discovered that malic acid is used in quite a bit of these products to add to that sour. So he got pure malic acid, and he we put together a challenge for it. It was our season 3 premiere. So it was our last season's premiere for the Jams and Cocktails podcast, and it did not disappoint. The only one that made it unscathed was Jordan somehow. She must have, I don't know, taste buds of steel, because she didn't even make a face. She loved it. We had taken apples, and we had coated the apples in the malic acid, and boy, it was sour. If you go check out season 3 premiere for the Jams and Cocktails podcast, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So my point is, why is sour so good? Why do people flock to the sour taste? Why is it so intoxicating that there are candies and other things, right? So I found this article. According to this article, it reads, do kiwis and sauerkraut make your mouth water? If so, you can thank the mood-regulating neurotransmitter called serotonin. That's right. Which may also enable you to taste sour foods, according to a study published in the Journal of Neuroscience and covered by Science News. So when you eat a sour food, the acid in it triggers a response in the taste receptors cells found on your taste buds. The taste receptors release chemical compounds designed to lock into special nerve cells found on the tongue, which then relay messages to the brain. Now, previous studies have suggested that eating sour foods causes the release of serotonin, a compound that can affect many basic bodily functions such as appetite, sleep, memory, mood, and sexual desires. We usually hear about serotonin's role in the brain since it's often associated with feeling happy. But in fact, the compound can be found in several parts of the body, including in the central nervous system on the tongue. Maybe the researchers thought serotonin is relaying the sour message from the taste receptors to nerves on the tongue. To test that, the researchers programmed a green glowing protein to fit into any serotonin receptor on the nerve cells. We're getting a little technical here, guys. Just stick with me. They found that the highest concentration of the fluorescing proteins on the part of the tongue known to detect sour tastes. And though other foods are known to trigger serotonin production in the brain, the researchers concluded that was the first definite evidence that serotonin is the neurotransmitter that tells the brain when a food is sour. The researchers stumbled upon another strange finding as well. One of the anesthetics they used on their mouse subjects, called pentobarbital, blocked the receptors on the nerve cells in the tongues from absorbing serotonin at all. That anesthetic is frequently used in taste studies, the researchers write, which might call previous findings into question. Wonky serotonin levels have been linked with health conditions, including insomnia and depression. But the relationship between these conditions and different types of foods or tastes is still poorly understood. If Future studies may further explore the relationship between chemical compounds like serotonin and the sense of taste in humans. So we like it. What I got out of the whole article is we like it because it makes you feel good, right? So with that in mind, here it's not a top 10, it's a top 8, but this is the JNC top 8 list. Let's get into it. All right. So, this is the Extreme Sour Countdown. This is the 8 sourest candies in the world. And number 1 really surprised me. And I'll tell you why. Number 8 on this list is Sour Nerds. Sour Nerds. You know, we may be starting our countdown of the sourest candies in the world with a candy on the milder end of the spectrum, but that doesn't mean it's not beloved. American classic designed to be eaten by the handful or boxful, has a new sour variety that's pretty delightful, even if it won't make you cry. That's okay by us. Not every candy needs to come with a danger warning. There will be plenty of time for that later in this list. In the meantime, you can satisfy your sweet and sour tooth with a mouthful of these delectable, crunchy, sour classics. That's Sour Nerds. Number 7 on today's sour candy list is Sour Skittles. Even though Skittles are mostly sugar, the dusting of citric acid on these guys give them a serious kick. If you already love the sweet taste of Skittles, but you need an extra sour punch, you'll probably love the sour coating on Sour Skittles. A fun fact, sour candy, like Sour Skittles, can help relieve blocked salivary glands. Did you know that? Though if you're not careful and eat too many, you can cause irritation on the taste buds, and that's no fun. Number 6 on this list, and a personal favorite of mine, is Sour Patch Kids Extreme. The classic sour to sweet taste has made Sour Patch Kids a favorite for candy lovers around the world. But for those who need a real challenge, the Sour Patch Kids Extreme offers the same experience, but with the sour ramped up. The combination of tartaric, citric, and fumaric acid in Sour Patch Kids Extreme packs an extra punch for the first few seconds of popping 1 or 10 of those into your mouth. Number 5, an unusual one, but I totally understand, is the Sour Flush Candy Toilets. Gross, right? So this is a weird one, but you remember the baby bottle pops? Well, think of that same concept, except the candy is a toilet plunger, and you dip it into a plastic toilet full of sour sugar. Yep, you're eating from a toilet. But don't worry, the bright colors make this absolutely bonkers concept a lot more fun than it seems, to say nothing of that delicious blast of sour flavor. Number 4 is Taverner's Sour Lemon Drops. This is an English candy. And of course, we can't forget going across the pond and giving them credit where credit is due. But Taverner's Sour Lemon Drops are some of the most popular sour candies in the United Kingdom. Similar to lemon heads in the U.S., these lemon-shaped sour candies honor everything there is to love about tangy sour lemons. Plus, they're made with natural coloring and vegetarian ingredients. So, safe for you vegans out there. Number 3 on this list is Crybaby Tears. The consensus among sour candy fanatics is that Crybaby Tears extra sour candy are some of the most mouth-puckering hard candies out there. They are literally shaped like tears. A retro candy, they seem to have gotten overshadowed by some of the newer candies on the list, but they still have a dedicated following of extreme candy lovers. No surprise, number 2 on the list here is Warheads. Named after a weapon of mass destruction, represented by a cartoon whose head is exploding. You can hardly get more extreme than Warhead's Extreme Sour Candy. These American classics have been massively popular with kids, becoming one of the first candies to inspire informal playground challenges to see who could eat the highest number of candies at once. And the secret, as we were talking about, to the super sour flavor of these candies is malic acid, which wears off after about 10 to 15 seconds and leaves you with a pleasantly sweet taste if you make it that far. And number one on this list, which I'm kind of disappointed, but it makes me want to give it another shot, maybe with a candy that isn't so necessarily possibly old from being at the Amazon warehouse, but it is toxic waste, which is the candy we used for our very first sour challenge on the Jams and Cocktails podcast. All right? So buckle up for the sourest candy in the world. These super fun sour candies are sold in novelty toxic waste drums. If you're watching the show, you can actually see them right down there. Maybe I'll reach down and bust it out. They look like toxic waste drums, and it's complete with neon toxic sludge dripping over the top. Mostly sold in the U.S. and Canada, the toxic waste hazardously sour candy has inherited the extreme candy hype once dominated by warheads. Now, there's no shortage of YouTube videos showing daring kids participating in the toxic challenge, cycling through a hilarious set of mouth-puckered pain expressions. But you eat at your own risk. We did, and we found it. I feel like the atomic warheads were much, much more sour and intense than the toxic waste. But hey, I can't blame people for trying it. But yeah, so that's the top 10 list. Top 8 this week. National Sour Candy Day. Get out there and enjoy yourself some. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, a very interesting mugshot went to auction. We're going to tell you, all the way back from 1976, we're going to tell you whose mugshot it was. When we come back, J&C in the morning. I'm Brad Brock. We'll see you in a bit.
You're riding on a high called ego, serving up a high buffet, sipping on your lies, but you don't know. I don't believe a word you say, drowning on your own. Still you ask for you're lost inside your own illusions, the king of your own fantasy, swimming in your own solution, lost in a world of make-believe, drowning on your own, still you ask for more. Blindly on your throne.
at my store. You can run to him and walk away from me. Honey, you can shut my eye and I'll find a way to see. And I don't know who you are. You're not the girl I used to know. One more thing before you go now, darling. I'm not your baby anymore. Gamble on me and you don't think twice. Honey, you can cheat and lie and I won't roll or die. And what you want is what you'll get. Honey, you can take my love and go and add it to your bed. And I don't know who you are. You're not the girl I used to know. One more thing before you go now, darling. I'm not your baby anymore.
We are back. JNC in the morning. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy to see you all commenting and chatting in the chats and comments there. Also, the JNC hotline is open, 772-888-1596. We were talking about sour candies because it is National Sour Candy Day. And I did pull out that toxic waste, which was number one on that list there. That's what it looks like. And listen, guys, I was disappointed. I was disappointed. Not as sour as I thought it was going to be, and gloating about being the sourest candy on the earth. I don't think so. But try it for yourself. Again, they're available on Amazon, and they look like little toxic waste barrels. Also, Paula chimed in about the earlier conversation about the marketplace obsession. That Jordan has been selling things and buying things. So, and I never had a problem with it until she sold my silk tree that I had here in the lounge. And as I mentioned, I had saved this tree once before from being sold and moved it from the inside of the house out here into the studio, hoping that it would be lost in obscurity and that she'd never think about it again. Not the case. And she went and sold it. Now there's a glaring empty space here in the lounge. And so Paul sent me a little T-shirt graphic that said, "Save the trees." It put our logo, the JNC logo there. And I think I'm going to get it. I'm going to wear it every day until I get a replacement tree. But yeah, so my tree is gone. Well, I'll probably replace it with, I don't know, probably a bookshelf or something over there. It's just an empty corner now. And, there's some stuff over there. It just doesn't look like it's all together. Anyway, I'm over it. I've gotten over it. I'm no longer upset about it. I spent my time, too much time, being upset about it yesterday. And now it's over. The tree is gone. And I hope she buys something nice with it. She's chiming in. Jordan's chiming in on the chat. She says, it's time to move on. You're right. As promised, I'm going to tell you about a famous 1976 mugshot that is headed to auction. Who is the headshot of? None other than David Bowie. David Bowie's original mugshot from his March 1976 arrest in Rochester, New York, is headed to auction. The seller and a longtime Bowie fan was given the photo as a wedding gift by the officer who fingerprinted and photographed David Bowie the night of his arrest on drug charges after a night out with Iggy Pop. What could go wrong? The photo has been safely hidden away for the past 46 years. Reports from the incident say Bowie and 3 others, including Iggy Pop, were arrested at 2:25 a.m. on March 21st, 1976, and detained for about 3 hours following a performance in Rochester. Police confiscated about half a pound of marijuana. Bowie was released after posting $2,000 bail and pleaded not guilty, and a jury did not take up the case. So, yeah, interested to see. I'm going to follow that story. Interested to see how much that actually sells for. And it could sell for quite a bit. Stranger Things has done wonders for Kate Bush with her 1985 song Running Up the Hill. But that wasn't the only song that it helped reach the charts for the very first time. Now, the 4th season of Stranger Things, as mentioned, has done wonders for the careers of Kate Bush and Metallica. Now, while Running Up That Hill played a major role throughout the season, the metal icons had their own moment in the finale with their 1986 hit, Master of Puppets. And it soundtracked a pivotal scene. The sync actually allowed younger fans to discover Metallica's music for the first time, if you can even imagine a world where this is happening. And as a result, the song has entered the Billboard's Hot 100 chart for the very first time since its release 36 years ago, landing at number 40. Now, in the show, fan favorite Eddie Munson plays Master of Puppets in the Upside Down during the season 4 finale. Spoilers if you've not watched it. If you haven't watched it yet, shame on you. And if you haven't watched it, tune out for a little bit and then come back. But Metallica couldn't have been happier about the way their song was used. The band wrote in a statement, "It's an honor to be such a big part of Eddie's journey and to once again be keeping company with all of the other amazing artists featured in the show." The resurgence of Running Up That Hill was also remarkable. In addition to breaking 3 Guinness World Records, thanks to the sync, Kate Bush also earned at least $2.3 million in streaming royalties alone since the premiere less than 2 months ago. So congratulations, Metallica, with Master of Puppets entering the Billboard charts for the very first time. Now, another hard rocker is in the news. There's a campaign going around. It's garnered already 30,000 signatures, and it is to have Ozzy Osbourne knighted by the Queen of England. Now, I don't know if that's how it works. I don't know if getting a petition signed is how you get somebody knighted, but hey, that's how we've been getting things done lately, I suppose. So the article says heavy metal fans from the Commonwealth realms, and probably elsewhere, if we're being honest, aren't giving up on a campaign to have Ozzy Osbourne honored by the Queen with a knighthood. Could you imagine? Sir Ozzy Osbourne? After 2 prior attempts to garner public support, a third petition has been launched to nominate the Prince of Darkness for knighthood. The latest petition has garnered 32,883 out of 35,000 signatures. As of this article coming out, organizer Helen, not even going to try that last name, argues that the Black Sabbath co-founder is as deserving of knighthood as other British-born entertainers before him, due to his 5 decades of excellence in music, his hands-on commitment to charity work in England, and his proud working-class UK roots. So is being knighted these days the same as like the American Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Does the Queen have say over that? I don't know. The organizer, she began beating the drum for Ozzy's knighthood at least 8 years ago. In June, she sent a letter to Prince Charles and the Duchess of Cornwall laying out the case. Ozzy is currently rehabilitating from spinal surgery, which he hopes will allow him to perform again by next year. He has a brand new album coming out on September 9th called Patient Number 9. We're looking forward to that, and looking forward to the potential to say Sir Ozzy Osbourne up there with the ranks of Sir Paul McCartney and Sir Elton John, who, of course, is on his final tour as well. So how about that? Sir Ozzy Osbourne. Could you imagine? Yeah. Let's see what else we have here. We're going to take a music break, but when we come back, this story blew my mind when I read it. Could you imagine, first of all, being in a coma? I can't. Could you imagine waking up from a coma after 2 years with a secret to tell? I'll tell you more about that when we come back. You're listening to JNC in the morning. Thank you so much for tuning in with me. Of course, the JNC hotline is open at 772-888-1596. And here's one from our friend Zaza Music. It's called This Love Like Ours. We'll be right back.
Late nights and early mornings, pointless fight sent me towards me. This is what waits for me in a love like ours. Oh, yeah. These days, the only time we meet is pulling up the sheets. You know it's killing me. Lives divided, conversations on a time limit. Oh, something's gotta give in this love like ours. Wait for you, it's taking its toll. It's a weight that's too heavy to hold. Losing my grip, but the drop is too far. love like ours. Oh, this love like ours, yeah. Times are getting hard and this love like ours. Oh, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Making plans in advance, hoping that we get the chance for time. Just one night would be alright, so you could mix your love with mine. Oh, no place to be, no friend in need, no complicated scenery. Just you and me is all I need in this love like ours. It's the wait for you, it's taking a toll. It's the way that you heavy to hold. Losing my grip, but the drive is too far. Times are getting hard in this love like ours. Oh, this love like ours. Hearts can soldier on. Mine has trouble when you're gone. Hearts can soldier on. Mine has trouble when you're gone. It's the wait for you. It's taking a toll. It's a weight that's too heavy to hold. I'm losing my grip, but the drive is too far. Times are getting hard in this love like ours. There's something to say, you can't go wrong with a bag of weed and a big old bong, but I'm here to tell you that ain't what this song's about. And there's some that swear the only way to get the most out of your heart or pay is to pack it in a mold, without a doubt. But if you want to hang with me, all you gotta do is separate the seed and roll it up and smoke it down. Roll it up and smoke it down. Roll it up and smoke it down. Back in the school bus at age 13, spinning monkey fingers with a rolling machine when I first learned to roll when I was 9. I had hippie parents with a swimming pool and a tarp that covered a garden that grew the finest of its kind. But if you want to hang with me, all you gotta do is separate the seeds and roll it up and smoke it down. Roll it up and smoke it down. Roll it up and smoke it down. Please don't be offended by what I say. I'd never turn down anything that's passed my way. But if you ask me for my preference, here's what I'd say.
Grab me them zigzag 125
And roll it up and smoke it down. Roll it up and smoke it down. Roll it up and smoke it down.
but give my chance, you got some hash.
Someone say they got some hash?
Happens to be what you said. Brother, I surrender to you. Oh, fuck, where's my bowl? Man, roll it up and smoke it down. Roll it up and smoke it down. Roll it up and smoke it down. Take it off this.
All right, that was Dave Balin and the Bailouts with Roll It right here on JNC in the morning. Thank you for tuning in. Hotline is open, 772-888-1596. Craziest story I've read in a while. And I hope it leads to some justice for this woman. A West Virginia woman has awoken from a 2-year coma. And if that didn't make things crazy enough, she identified her brother as her attacker. Wow. Wanda Palmer, 51, accused her brother of attacking her at her residence near Cottageville, West Virginia in June of 2020. Police said that Palmer was attacked, hacked, and left for dead, according to a statement posted on the Jackson County Sheriff's Department Facebook. Police say they found Palmer in an upright position on her couch with severe injuries caused by what appeared to be a hatchet or an axe. Jackson County Sheriff Ross Mellinger told CNN that when police arrived, they thought she was dead, but realized soon after that she was still alive and breathing shallowly. The police never recovered the weapon, Mellinger said. Now, one witness reported seeing Palmer's brother Daniel on her porch around midnight the night before she was discovered, Mellinger said. There are no phone records, surveillance footage, or eyewitnesses outside of Palmer's home, the sheriff said. Police investigated several people but could never file charges. A couple of weeks ago, his office got a call from Palmer's care facility saying she was able to speak to authorities. Daniel Palmer, the third, 55, was arrested and charged with attempted murder and malicious wounding on Friday. And according to arrest records obtained by CNN, he was arraigned and assessed with a bond of $500,000, according to Jackson County Sheriff, who said it is unclear how he pleaded. CNN was unable to identify an attorney for him, but reached out to the Jackson County Public Defender's Office. Wanda Palmer is now coherent, but unable to hold full-length conversations. You guys, could you imagine? This is something that they write television shows about. This is a working script for a television show. Or film. Maybe a made-for-TV film. Maybe something on, Mystery Channel or whatever they call that. Crime Channel. This would definitely make a good true crime podcast. 2 years in a coma to wake up and accuse your brother of trying to murder you. Well, I mean, glad that she's alive and hopefully makes a full recovery. But man, 2 years in a coma. I couldn't even imagine. Could you imagine waking up from that? Especially after something that was so traumatizing. He's going to need some therapy, I think. Crazy, crazy story. I think we're going to get into some shameless plugs. There's actually some other, before we get into that, there were some other national days going on today. Today is also World Listening Day, so thank you for listening to the show. It's also Nelson Mandela's, I can't talk today, the Nelson Mandela International Day. I believe today is his birthday. National Hamilton's Day and National Caviar Day for those of you with pinkies up. We got some celebrity birthdays as well. Vin Diesel is turning 55 years old today. Priyanka Chopra is 40. Kristen Bell is 42. Talk show host Wendy Williams is 58 years old today. Rapper MIA is 47, which is hard to believe. And then Richard Branson, businessman Richard Branson, is 72 today. Happy birthday, all of you out there. Shameless plugs. I've got a few. I'm going to give you my shameless plugs. If you out there listening have any shameless plugs, feel free to drop them in the chats and comments, or you can give me a call at 772-888-1596, and we can talk about it on the air. If you put them in the chats and comments, I will read them out. I do want to kick off by saying thank you again so much for tuning in with me this morning, kicking off the second week of Jams and Coffee in the morning. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy hanging out with you guys in the morning. It's actually really nice. I was skeptical. I didn't know if I was going to be able to handle it, but it's been surprisingly wholesome and wonderful. So thank you so much for listening. Each weekday morning, I'll be here 7 a.m. Thanks to our partners out there, Code Rum, Johnny Ringo and the Code Rum Company. Also the Code Rum Cakes and Johnny Ringo's hot sauces. Appreciate the support always. If you're looking for flavors to rock your taste buds, check out Code Rum and the Code Rum Cakes and also his hot sauces. You can get all of that at coderum.com. The Code Rum. TheCodeRum.com. That's right. Also, thanks to Hop Life Brewing for being a huge support of everything that we do. Go get some craft beers from Hop Life in Port St. Lucie. Paul, the Drums and Rums podcast. Always appreciate your support. If you are interested in learning more about rums or drums, or both at the same time, you got to check out the Drums and Rums podcast anywhere you listen to your podcast. Paul has superior guests on his show, including the one, the only Jordan Taylor on his live stream that broadcasts live on Facebook and YouTube on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Jordan was on there last week, and she was awesome. You can check that out. I'll be playing a show today at Blue Point in Tequesta. I'll be there 6 p.m. till around 9-ish, providing the weather cooperates. So that's Blue Point Bar and Grill in Tequesta. And I'll be there at 6 p.m. doing my one-man band thing. So if you're down in the area, come check it out. It's a great place. It's right on the water. There's actually a swimming pool that is open until the sun goes down, and then they discourage you from using it. So come on down and hang with me. One more final shameless plug is this week, this Wednesday night, 8 p.m., live on Facebook and YouTube, the Jams and Cocktails live podcast. We're having a special episode. Very, very excited about it. We are doing our very first rip-off show. We're doing our own version of the Celebrity Match Game. If you remember the Celebrity Match Game from the 70s with Gene Rayburn, that is the vibe that we're going for. Of course, the show had since been reprised on ABC by hosted by Alec Baldwin, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I think they just recently canceled it, but not sure if it's related to Alec Baldwin's current problems or not. But yeah, it's done. But it was good. But there's nothing like the classic Rayburn version of Match Game. So that's what we're going to be doing, and we'll have 2 contestants, and we'll have our panel, our celebrity panel, and we'll be playing Match Game. If you don't know about Match Game, go check it out. If you have Roku, if you go to Buzzer, the Buzzer channel, it plays all the time. You can obviously YouTube Match Game, and you'll love it as much as we do. And we hope that you join us Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to hang with us while we play Match Game here in the legendary JNC Lounge. And if it goes off without a hitch in the future, when we do it again, we will be looking for other contestants to play along with us. So there will be a point where I'll be calling on you to come and play match game with us on the JNC podcast. And that does it for my shameless plugs. Do another musical break here, and then I think I might send you on your way. What do I want to play? This is one by the Killbillies. This is Promised Dream. They are currently on tour, and they're going to be recording new music while they're out there doing this thing. So Ben and Hector at the 561 Music Podcast, also members of Killbillies. So check out their podcast as well. Thanks for tuning in to JNC. We'll be right back.
Or from ourselves, but we were happy for the ocean in between. Looking for a new start, we sadly said farewells, and we found all of that and more than we had ever bargained for. Cause round here no one cares much where you're from, just as long as you've got it going on. Instead of who do you think you are, we say who do you want to be. Though it ain't easy, I'm out here sowing seeds for the last shreds of a promised dream. We've been tough and cunning and looked out for ourselves, but still ladies and gentlemen, I'd say. We carved out a living with help from all our friends. I play music, Christy, well, she rents boats by the day. Cause round here no one cares much where you're from, just as long as you know right from wrong. Instead of who do you think you are, we say who do you want to be. Though it ain't easy, I'm out here sowing seeds for the last shreds of a promised dream. It's not all sunshine and roses, bad apples, yeah, there's a few. Suicides and overdoses, they break our heart, yeah, they break it in two. As the worst year of our lives crashes down around us still, I'm so glad that I'm alive and sucking on this bitter pill. 'Cause round here no one cares much where you're from, we just care that you keeping on. Instead of who do you think you are, we say who do you want to be. And though it ain't easy, I'm out here sowing seeds for the last shreds of a promised dream. And though it ain't easy, I'm out here sowing seeds for the last shreds of a promised dream.
Wake up with good morning dew. Fall asleep that you already knew. I break down, you always come through. I love the feeling of brand new hurt, and you always bring me back. Follow through, you're never off track. Listen up, yeah, you're my everyday, and I pray that's how it'll stay. 'Cause I got a habit of wanting to be in your space, and I got a a habit of wanting to feel your embrace. And I got a habit of wanting to touch on your lips, feeling your kiss tonight. Yeah, I got a habit, and I got a habit. I got a habit, and I got a habit. Pinky promises all the way, laughing my ass off in the grave. My love always on replay. Someone I won't give up no way. Picture perfect memories. You're always in my dreams. Run away to your escape. I wanna keep it this way. 'Cause I got a habit of wanting to be in your space. I got a habit of wanting to feel your embrace. I got a habit of wanting to touch on your lips, feeling your kiss tonight. Yeah, I got a habit, and I got a habit. HABIT, you see me fucking up things LOVE. What I said. Wait till you see me accomplish my dreams in reality.
All right. So I'm going to give you a quick, I got an update in the weather here before I send you on your way. This morning, temperatures are in the mid to upper 70s under partly cloudy skies. This afternoon, of course, the highs in the low 90s, the heat index values in the triple digits. Scattered showers and storms through sunset. Tonight is mainly dry with lows in the mid to upper 70s. This really applies to some of you with allergy problems. Tomorrow and Wednesday, there will be some drier air, and the Saharan dust is back, and it will help lower the rain chances, but it's going to be hazy, hot, and humid with the highs in the low 90s, and some afternoon storms possible, but mainly inland. But yeah, if you are a sufferer of allergies, that Saharan dust is no joke, so be sure to prepare for that by taking a Zyrtec or however you manage your allergies. On Thursday and Friday, the dust actually backs off and the rain chances increase for the weekend, mostly inland. And the highs in the low 90s and feeling like the triple digits, they're moving into the weekend. But that's a little far off. We still have some time for that. So because it's going to be so hot, be sure to stay hydrated, you guys. If you're out there doing your thing, living your best life, be sure to drink some water, stay hydrated, maybe a Gatorade and replenish your electrolytes, even though water is the best thing that you could possibly drink when it's really hot out there. And of course, join me tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. for another edition of Jams and Coffee. And thank you again for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and we will catch you on the flip side. You've been listening to Jams and Coffee in the Morning. My name is Brad Brock. Don't go changing. Love you guys. See ya.
Tune in again tomorrow morning for the latest local buzz, national headlines, music news, and more on JNC in the Morning, right here on Facebook and YouTube.